What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Geek Boutique podcast. That's right. We've got a special one this week. I mean, we've got Aka or Mick Gale. Mick Gale? I don't know, man.
Gale. You'll find out.
Gale? Are we going to find out later who Mick
You'll
Gale
find out
is?
soon enough why that name says that, yes.
All right. Of course, Roberto is a bad guy. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing fantastic.
And I'm sure you can all see on your fantastic screen, we got a special guest with us this week. That's right, Mr. Robert Bellamy, or should I say the creator of A Long Ride Home. How you doing, buddy? Oh, can you hear him?
Did we lose him already?
I think we might have lost him. Are you still there, Robert?
Wow.
Uh-oh.
This place is lousy with Robs already. Clearly, we've got one too many Robs.
I mean, I can see him moving once in a while, but we can't hear him anymore. So
No.
I don't know what's happening there.
Just a smiling, old, cheery, old, bearded, old face.
Well, guys, we've got Robert Bellamy here. Hopefully, he can. Yes, technical difficulties, says Christy. You know, we haven't had a technical difficulties pre-show in a long time, but I mean, who needs it when you've got this kind of podcast going on?
Yeah, it's fair. We just work our way through it.
Stand
Just
by.
old man our way through it.
Rob, wave at us when you're back, buddy. But you don't seem to be moving at all. So I'm assuming you're still not back.
By the way, guys, we've been talking online for like the last 20 minutes. No
problem at all.
No problems.
The second we go live, his connection goes to dog shit. Now he is in Chatham, so I mean, pull from that what you will. But
I'm gonna try something.
I think there's still horse and buggy in Chatham. Like he's probably having some. It's just some chimpanzee with two cans clicking them together for internet in Chatham. So I mean, it could be problematic.
Well, Jeffrey,
That's so stupid.
did you see the new Dracula trailer that came out?
Oh, Jesus Christ. If this isn't us, I don't know what is. This is guys, what can I tell you?
This is typical. Robert, you may have to disconnect, Rob, and reconnect. That may be the solution for you here, and you may need to require a reboot. I don't know.
Reboot,
Yeah, because I'm not going to.
go.
There he goes. Because I'm not going to lie, him just being frozen with that smile on his face is really starting to freak me the fuck out. So that's good.
If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you click that subscribe button.
Please,
And
so
if
you
you
get
click the
quality
notification
content
bell.
like this.
I think it's
Why
actually
would you
gone
want
down.
Make sure you hit that notification. Why would you want to miss quality content like this?
There we go. He is back. Oh,
Is he
back?
though?
He sure
here.
is.
Oh, there he is.
you
Hey!
go.
The minute you hit that intro, it slowed right down, and up in the corner it said upload progress.
Oh, well, yeah. But
Oh, yeah, you do still have the local upload thing on.
yeah, I do. I should take that off, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you do think so?
I mean,
maybe?
it's great for when we publish these because then
Yeah, remember when I said
audio
though
every
that it's
time,
two
but-
monkeys banging rocks together for internet and Chatham? You may want to.
It is. But I can't
Our
put it on
monkeys.
now.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing? There's a couple people in the chat already. Let's see here. Andrew Saxon, what's up, buddy? Toxic Fox, Paul, Neil, Mr. Keith, Wayne, Cuffy, Christina, Michael Icon, what's going on, buddy? Halloween Queen. Oh, and Rob the Bad Guy in the chat. I think we're all going to be hanging out in the chat a little bit later. Like I was saying earlier, we got a special one today. We're actually going to get to screen. I've been calling it the pilot, and I know it's not a pilot, but I don't know what else to call it to make sense, right?
It's a test pilot.
Yeah.
It's a test pilot. There you go. So we're going to actually get to screen the test pilot right here on the show. So if you've not seen A Long Ride Home, we're going to see the full 18-minute original footage that I guess you guys toured it a little bit last year, right? You went to London Comic-Con. You went to there was 3 or 4 places I feel like you guys went.
Yeah, we also went to the Windsor Media Center,
Yeah.
and I think we did a screening here in Chatham at Game
CK
Master.
Expo. And CK Expo.
Oh, at CK Expo, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
There you go. Yeah.
Now, I kind of want to know where this all came about, obviously, but before we even hear about how the story of how this all came about, how did you get this guy involved in this nonsense?
He showed up. Actually, I've been working with Geoff on a few projects.
He's like, I'm out of here.
I think Guardian was the first one we did together,
I think so.
and it was way back. It was another project that a friend wanted to put together, and it's like, okay, we have no budget, so let's hire who we can, which with no budget means friends.
Hire who we can.
Higher, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'd worked with Geoff at CKX for a couple years, and thought, you know what? Let's give him a whirl, because like I loved his character acting with it. When he gets into character, which was really cool. So we asked him to come out for the Guardian, and he carried that. Like, it was great. Hopefully that should be done in about 2 months. The audio guy finally is.
Please don't watch that. Please don't watch that. Please don't. Please don't. I'm horrific in it. I'd never acted in my life. I'm so bad in it. But the crew, it's a very, very cool project, and I like the idea. And kind of the same way we were doing here. Like, it was also a bit of a test pilot type thing. Like, there's a lot more story to tell with that particular story if we were ever able to get to it. But it has not seen the light of day. And when it does, please be gentle, because your boy had never done any acting before, and I'm pretty terrible at it. But
I mean, I guess, Rob, when you're an independent filmmaker, I guess that's par for the course, right? Like, if you want to get your stuff produced, you got to put something out there that will pique somebody's interest, I suppose, to then decide to give you some money to do this thing, right?
Basically, yeah, and that's what happened with A Long Ride Home. Is we put it together as a test, and we screened it in Windsor. And the person that owns the media center, she goes, "You have to come back tomorrow, because Belle's going to be here, and you can pitch this to Belle." It's like, Belle's not going to want this, but I'll show up. Why not? And after about 6 months of chit chat back and forth, we are now producing a Bell 5 TV show.
wild.
So cool.
6-episode Bell 5 TV show. That's pretty dope. How does this all come about? So A Long Ride Home. Give us a quick synopsis. Where did you come up with the idea? Why this specific concept? I mean, you're not a biker, as far as I know. But
he'd like to be.
Well, fair enough. Where does it all come from? Where does that all stem from?
Well, the synopsis to start there is about a character, Mick Gale, who young age, 15, 16, left home because he was being abused and never looked back until about 25 years later gets a call from his mom that his dad was killed in prison. So he decides to go back home to help her and figure out what's going on. But the, monkey in the wrench there is that his dad was also a VP in a motorcycle club. So he now has to try and skirt that culture as well as finding out what happened to his father. And the reason that started is actually about 7 years ago. I was starting a script about a lawyer that was getting a divorce, so had to move back in with his parents with his daughter, and it was okay, but it wasn't coming together. And then the buddy of mine, Jason Gale, he's going, "When are you gonna write a biker script? You got to write a biker script," because he loves to ride, he loves motorcycles. It's like, oh, okay. So I figured I started meshing them together, and it turned into A Long Ride Home.
Cool.
And then this guy is Mick Gale. I mean, the biker. Well, I guess he's not a biker, I suppose.
He's the lawyer. He's the lawyer.
Right,
Yes.
right. Oh, wow, that's even.
Hey.
Let's
That's more believable.
remember.
It seems a little.
He's acting.
He is acting. That's correct. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Acting. Every time we talk about my performance, you must put it in quotes for acting. Because you're being very charitable when you're calling it acting. Acting is a skill and a profession some people have. I'm just faking my way through this. So,
Well,
but apparently Bell liked it enough that they decided to fund the project. So I don't know about Rob, but I know this is the first time I'm ever going to be paid to act. I'm assuming, Rob, how long have you been in the low budget Canadian short film sphere?
Technically 13 years.
13 years. And of those 13 years and all those projects you put together, have any of them gotten funding before?
One, but it was a music video. So it was just like a weekend thing, done.
Right.
Boom. This is the first real big project.
Gotcha. Well, here we are, man.
Right?
I mean, I've got a ton of questions, but I kind of feel like we should probably just jump in and watch it first, and then we can talk about a little bit more of the specifics. One thing I think everybody has to understand, that this is not maybe we should actually say this beforehand. This is not going to be part of what we're seeing as the final product. As much as part of this, what we're seeing, these pieces and bits of story are going to be in the new one. Everything's being reshot.
Exactly. So the story elements will be the same.
Right.
And this is actually the first 16 pages of the script. Because there was a DP I really wanted to work with. His name's Walter Riggy from Windsor. And so he told me about the working together. We cut the 16 pages out of the script because it had a nice cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we decided to shoot the 16 pages we did.
Interesting. Okay.
Now, am I remembering this right though, Rob? This particular, the opening credit sequence, that is not, in fact, having to be reshot. That's the only thing that we're carrying over, or we're even reshooting that.
Well, it's going to be re-edited because Bell wants us to have a 10 to 15 second intro.
Right.
Right. Like we have a full 1 minute intro.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But they need
a
story. You've got a feature intro. They want a TV show intro.
Exactly. So
right.
The footage you see over this intro is going to be recut and be the intro of the show.
Right, but we don't have to reshoot just that opening sequence. That you're just going to recut everything else that you're going to see. We should make note too, really quickly before we watch it too. Not only is all the other scenes you're going to see here being reshot, but some of it is actually going to be recast as well.
Yeah.
So some of the faces you're seeing in those roles, in particular, you're going to see a role that our friend Kat has in this film, in this series, anyways. That is now going to be filled by our very own editor Megan. Mm-hmm. When it comes time to actually shoot the film. So, and there's a couple of other sequences here. Same thing. There's a really great back and forth sequence with a great guy named Josh. That's going to be in this. That's going to be redone as well. And instead of Josh in that role, it's going to be our good friend Richard Bakari will be in that role too. So just note that the scenes will be similar in look and style and feel, but some of the faces may change in the finished product, other than this one, because for whatever reason they decided to keep me on. So here we go.
Very quickly, we were also talking, I guess, before we went on the air, actually, when you just first got here, Rob, the cameras that you guys are using are very, very different, or at least the camera that you're using is very, very different. And now you're getting like the
it's
TV
wild
show quality. Even
dude,
your dailies are
it's
amazing,
wild,
right?
Like even just a still image is you're just looking at it like that. It looks like it's literally from a TV show. It's bizarre. It's bonkers,
it is,
dude.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The equipment we used before was nice and it had a great look, and you're going to see how it did come out great. But now Walter got a hold of it's an RE. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's the exact same camera they used to shoot Sons of Anarchy. So the only difference is
that visual style now.
100%. He's got the handheld model, and there is a big box set, that goes on the jibs and whatnot. Mm-hmm. He's got the handheld version of that. And the image is just gorgeous. All right.
I think we probably
handheld. It's not really. It's like 20
no. It's
pounds.
super not. He has used it handheld in one shot that we've done so far, but it looks like he's got a fucking bazooka on his arm. It's a lot. It's not. Yeah. It's quite the camera. So
anyway. Somebody posted a picture of the camera. I think it was on Facebook or.
I know I posted 2 videos from behind Walter looking at Geoff, actually.
Right. Was it on Facebook? I think it was on Facebook. Yeah. That looks like quite the beast of the camera, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So do we want to do this? Do we want to jump in and check it out? I mean, there's not a lot of people in the chat right now, but who cares? I want to see this. So let's check it out and then let's have a chat about it after.
You got it.
Well, this is it, folks. A long ride home. And literally the first frame, I'm going to bring it up here. By the way, you won't be able to hear us. We're going to mute ourselves while we're watching this, but we will be in the chat. But literally the first frame is not Jeff McDonald, but you can see Jeff McDonald's name there. So, folks, enjoy. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
There's no way to see the Ma, is that you? What?
Are you okay?
What happened? Prison? What did... No one knows? What do you mean no one knows? Someone knows. Of course I can, Ma, but just because I don't come around doesn't mean...
What's going on?
No, Ma, wait. No, wait for me. I'm leaving right now. I can be there in 10 hours. Wait for me. Please, wait.
What's going on, Meg?
My father's dead.
What?
Apparently he was thrown in jail last night. Someone killed him in his sleep.
I'm sorry. How are you? Are you okay? Like,
I really don't know.
never heard you talk much about him.
Yeah, well, let's just say we didn't get along very well.
Why not?
Look, I appreciate what you're trying to do. I do. But I've known you for, what, like 3 months? I'm not ready to share this with you right now.
I'm sorry. I didn't know I was just here for your pleasure. I just thought that maybe...
I know what you thought. But this is not a thing. At least it's not that type of thing. Look, I have to go take care of this and take care of my mother. We'll talk about this when I get back.
Hedford and Bellamy, attorneys at law. How can I direct your call?
Veronica, hey, it's Mick.
Oh, good morning, Mick.
I need you to push everything in my schedule back by about a week.
Of course. Is everything okay?
I have to leave town for a while. My father died last night, and
I'm so sorry to hear that, Mick. I'll let the partners know and clear your schedule for the week.
what would I do without you, Ronnie?
Luckily, you'll never have to find out. Take care of yourself, Mick.
Well, I'll be damned. Glad you came. Your mom could really use you right now. And it's good to see you're okay.
Thank you, Officer Herder.
Mick, please. I'm retired. It's Rob. I don't care how long you've been gone. It's Rob.
Right. Thanks, Rob. What happened?
We don't really know yet. It's still being investigated. Everyone was asleep. The officers on duty are filmed in the office during the attack.
What was he accused of?
He's accused of killing a kid.
Really, Rob? Even to the end, huh?
Look, I know this can't be easy for you, but your mom could really use your support right now. A lot's changed since you left.
I'll do the best I can. Provided I don't screw it up even more.
Well, I'm glad you're here. If you need anything, Mick, call me.
Oh, Rick. Let me take a look at you. Are you taking care of yourself? Are you eating enough? You seem so much thinner.
Yes, Ma, I'm eating.
Do you want me to make you a sandwich? I'm sure I could put together a PB&J for you.
Ma, I haven't had a PB&J since I was 16 years old.
It's your favorite.
Like, let's just sit down and talk about what happened. I bumped into Rob on his way out.
Rob couldn't tell me much. Other than it looks like he was jumped in the cell.
Yeah. Yeah, about that. Killing a kid.
Don't you dare. You have been gone for more than 15 years, so you are in no position to judge anything. Whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty?
No position to judge? Ma, I'm one of the few that can. Don't you remember what it was like for me? I know his guilt.
Oh, he's not that man. He hasn't been in a long time.
Right, so he just happened to kill a kid.
Nick, he's your father. He was dealing with some things, but he would never kill someone, let alone a child.
We both know that's not true. Look, Ma, I didn't want it to be like this. I'm just so happy to see you. I really missed you.
I missed you so much.
Okay, look, I'm gonna go get a room. I'll come back in the morning and we'll talk about all this. We'll sort it all out.
Nonsense. You have a room here. You stay here.
You turned my bedroom into a guest room?
I never touched it. It's still your room. Go. Get some sleep. And I'll see you in the morning.
I'm gonna step out for a bit. Gonna look into some things. I'll help you with all this stuff when I get back.
Thank you. I've had to do this for too many people this year.
Really?
I've had to do it for your cousin Todd and your Aunt Ellen.
Aunt Ellen?
Oh, I am sorry.
I gotta go. I'll be back as soon as I can.
We have some business to attend to. I'm sure you're all aware that Lowell was jailed and killed last night.
We gotta make sure they pay for what they did.
That's not why we're here. We'll get to that, but the club comes first. With Lowell gone, we need a new VP. I'd like to nominate Alex Huey Hughes.
I second that.
You don't get a say, dipshit.
Huey's a good one. I think I'll put his name in.
That's a great idea, Prof. I'll second it.
All in favor? All opposed? Settled. Alex Huey Hughes is our new VP. Now we need a new master at arms.
I'd like to suggest Jenny, if I was choosing.
Well, Jenny, do you accept the nomination?
Hell yeah.
What the hell is that? This better be good, Augie.
There's some guy out here. Says he wants to speak with you.
Better be the fucking president.
His name is Mick Gale.
I'll be right out.
What the hell? Where did he come from? Isn't it just a little...
Come on, let's get this vote done and we can go see what Mick wants.
Yeah, his dad was just killed. Of course he would be here.
Oh yeah, where were we? All opposed? Jenny, welcome to upper management. Let's go see what Mick wants and we'll get everyone patched up and start thinking about payback. Still remember taking that picture of your old man? That was his last day as president.
They still call you Prof?
Only if they're smart. Well, you're a lot bigger than the last time I saw you. What was that, 12 years ago?
25, but who's counting?
Sorry about your dad. He was a good man.
Well, depends on who you ask. I'm hoping to get some information from you.
How could I possibly have any information that you would need?
I'm here about my father.
Why are you coming to me about this?
Why? What do you mean, why? He ran with you guys.
And that means what?
It means you should know what he did and why.
I'll give you that because of who your dad is.
Prof,
Oh, this is where you listen. You show up out of nowhere and expect any deep, dark secrets I got about any of my brothers I'm gonna spill to you because you're the VP's kid? You know nothing about us or your old man.
Oh, I know enough about him.
Yeah? Do you? What was he like after you left? I thought you knew. We were worried about him and if he was still with us. Get that thought out of your head.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. What do you know about your father? I mean, really know. Not just that anger-fueled nonsense you left with.
Anger-fueled? You have no...
Remember where you are. Remember who you're talking to. Things have a chance of not working out well for you, no matter who your daddy is.
Everything good here, Prof?
Yeah, we're good, Jenny. Say hello to Mick Gale.
Mick, it's great to meet you. I really looked up to your father.
Did you? That's nice.
Holler if you need anything, Prof.
I can see you got your panties in a bunch, and in all honesty, I don't care. I know what your daddy did. We all know what your daddy did. And we didn't like it, but we were still here after you left.
You all knew. And you did nothing!
Oh! Son, we knew.
If you all knew, you know why I left, why I couldn't stay.
Yeah, but do you know why?
What do you mean?
When you figure that out, you come back and see me and we'll have a conversation. Until then, you don't know what to ask. I got business to attend to. Come on in, have a seat. I'll be right with you. My friend here was just leaving. Great to see you again, Mick.
Well done.
You like it?
I mean, I listen. I've known this guy extremely well now for I don't know 6 years, and it was a little awkward seeing him as somebody else at first, right? But by the end of the 18 minutes, I'm like, wait, it's already over?
That's cool.
No,
if it
yeah,
flies
good-
by, it means it's got your attention.
Yeah, no, good job. That was fantastic. Now, so a couple things. For one, when you shot this originally, this was meant to be a feature-length movie.
Correct.
Which is not what's happening now. How has that? I mean, I'm assuming you've had to add some scenes now, and there's some things that you're having to change. And how is that whole process changing from it being a movie to being I guess, a 6-hour show now?
Honestly, not much at all, because the episodes are around 20 minutes each. They're not the hour episodes. Yeah. So what you watch is what an episode is going to be.
Right.
So when they said that they wanted the whole thing, I went in and started looking, and by my pure brilliance of writing beforehand and pure dumb luck, there were natural little cliffhangers right at the mark where an episode would end. So there was very little I actually had to tweak. It worked out beautifully. So trust me, it's no brilliance in writing. It was just dumb luck.
So what we've seen today is essentially going to be the first episode, rejigged a little bit, reshot, new actors. Again, Megan's going to be in this episode.
As will Richard.
As will Richard, okay. Yep. Which character does Richard play in this?
So the long-haired gentleman with the beard that we saw that I had the big back and forth at that club at the end?
The president or whatever.
That's going to be Richard this time.
Okay. Okay. Well, that'll be fun.
And Megan will be the girl right at the beginning.
Right at the beginning. Yeah. Hey, you're
squeeze.
such a jerk.
I know. I'm 100%. Mick's not a good guy. Like, if everybody's expecting me to be playing it, I think you can look at my breadth of cosplays that I played over the last 12 years and realize I gravitate towards the assholes. So this is not some kind of a stunt cast. We need somebody that's got that smarmy, shitty, fuck you look in his eyes all the time. Who can we find? Oh, yeah, just the guy.
Oh, we know the guy.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, let me ask you a question, JS. The guy that walked in at the end, did you recognize him?
I did not.
everybody misses this.
What?
If you go back and watch the intro, he's the prison guard that drops off the knives and then closes the door at the end.
I did recognize that guy, but I didn't. Yeah.
Now you've kind of spoiled the story. Now I feel like
Did
now
I?
we know it was an inside job.
Did I?
Well, maybe not. I don't know.
Say, by the way, guys, so this still goes out live on YouTube, but then it's there when we're done. So even though Rob is probably mad that this video is now out on YouTube because he hates putting this shit out on YouTube, for anybody that came in halfway through or that missed it, like Saphira and Tiff and that, you can just go back and rewatch the episode. I'm not sure where. I don't know what timestamp we started it at. I want to say like
just about.
I should watch the whole thing.
I mean, watch the whole thing. Obviously, watch the whole podcast.
beginning.
But I'm just saying, if you're here for the clip, then you can go back and watch the clip for anybody that did miss it. So,
the scene where you show up with your fancy Hyundai there, lawyer with a Hyundai and hubcap.
it's the Kia Forte. Thank you very much.
Forte, sorry,
We
big
need to
shot
switch
lawyer.
that one out.
Yeah, big shot lawyer whose partners are gonna make sure his week is taken care of, showing up in his hubcapped Hyundai.
Guys, did we mention that there was no budget for this? Like we did this on our time and our. But I love how you guys
could have called an Uber.
You guys are slagging his fucking car. Like it's like it's Rob's actual everyday drive that you guys have just spent the last 5 minutes shitting on.
I can let him go for a bit.
Listen, I'm just pulling your leg, bud. But I listen. I thought that was great. Seeing you in a suit and a tie. You like I said, it's awkward at first because I know you so well, and that's not you, right? But by the end, it's you, which is kind of weird. Like I don't know how to explain that, and I'm hoping I get more of that when we get to see the actual full, 6 episodes. Because, if funny enough, you get lost in
the narrative.
Oh, in the narrative, totally.
Yeah, that's
Totally.
ideal. I do. This is funny. Sean, way back when, saying real Bobby Cannavale vibes. I was at work literally the other day, and someone's watching, I think, was it 7 Perfect Strangers or something? There's a show on right now, and they were like, "Oh, you look so much like this guy from the show," but I don't know his name, so we look it up, and who was it? Bobby Cannavale. Yeah. So I've gotten this comparison quite a few times. When I don't get Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Bobby Cannavale is the other guy that I get, and if you're not sure who that is, you can look it up, and there's all kinds of. I can take that off now. He's been in 1,000 different things. So, it's a thing. Like I said, Rob and I have been fortunate enough to work a bunch of times before, and just getting to see. It's fascinating watching something like this come together and how the filming process works. And then for me, it's always because I'm there on the set and I'm doing things, and I don't like the filming portion of it, and then seeing the edit and the different choices that get made in an edit. Because most of the scene, because it's all single camera, right? So most of the scenes we shoot essentially every single talkie scene is shot 3 different ways. A 2 shot where like it's you can see us both, and then over one person's shoulder getting all that person's dialogue, and then we flip it and over the other person's. So you're doing the same scene essentially at least from 3 different angles, and then multiple takes at all those angles on top of that. So then seeing how that gets cut together, and Rob will be the first to tell you after he and I watched this for the first time, because neither one of us was in the editing room when this happens. Some of the edits and the cuts in this, we don't love. There'd be changes that we would make. In particular, there's a certain 2 shot where we're like, yeah, that doesn't really work. And some of the opening bedroom scenes were like, maybe that was a little bit awkward, but it is fascinating once you start getting into like the mechanics and logistics of how something like this comes together, because you're the actor and you're the crew and you're just on set for all that time. And then all of a sudden there's just like an 18-minute story that unfolds in front of you. And you're like, how did what we did turn into that? Like, that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, that's the magic of filming, right?
It's wild.
I've done a little bit of editing, but I've done a lot of photo editing, and it's the same type of deal where you've got 6 different poses and you're trying to find the one that will actually fit the style that you're trying to make. And
for this one too,
you know,
we mostly shot this one chronologically in sequence, but we're not doing that with the current show. We're all out of sequence with it. So
that's a good thing. That's a good point. I want to talk about that quickly because Rob, you've done a few of these now, and does it make more sense to shoot it chronologically, or I feel like it's usually not. When you hear about a movie being shot or a show being shot, it's never done chronologically, or at least not very often.
No. It's nice to be able to do that. I do have a
Mhm.
script where it's going to be impossible to not do it that way, but logistically, 99% of the time you can't. Like literally, not next weekend. Like we're filming this weekend. We have next weekend off, and then we film 2 weekends in a row at his mom's house. And it's
Ma's house.
yeah. So literally, we are filming every scene that takes place in the house during those 2 weekends.
Right.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. Well, yeah. I see why that would make sense that way.
So
When you have
really good
one
question.
scene in Ma's house, it's one thing, but when you've got 4, 5, 6, 7 scenes there, you got to film them all basically while you can, right?
Exactly.
Andrew's got a really good question, Sven. Now that you have Bell as a backer, does the filming process change at all? More permits required versus guerrilla filming?
I got to admit, working with Bell so far is great because they're very hands off. The only thing that they asked was to be able to go through the script and just tweak if needed. And that's one part that terrified me. So sorry, excuse me. And but I sent off the scripts and I got back. This is great. You guys are going to kick ass at filming. And I'm thinking, excellent. So after that, we piece it together, kind of like what Walt's done already for the 2 scenes. And we will then put the episode together like that and ship it to them. And as long as they're good with all the edits, we bring it back, we finalize it, and then we give them the final product. So it's very easy working with them. As for the permits, technically, you're supposed to have them, period. But as we know in independent film, guerrilla is a style. So you want your bases covered, but you can't always have a permit for everywhere you're going. Like honestly, where we're going this weekend, I got a hold of the city. There is no permit to film where we're filming. So we technically don't have a permit there, but the city knows we're going to be there and they're behind us and they're helping us.
Yeah, like the scenes
that
that you
surely
saw
helps.
there. Yeah, like the bedroom scene in particular, as well as the scene in the clubhouse that you saw, were just 2 Airbnbs that we rented with specific looks and logistic things that we could make work. The bedroom scene, in fact, was a huge room. Like it was a bedroom, legitimately. You could see the bed there, but it was a huge room. There was a couch along one wall, and at the far end there was a big screen TV kind of facing the bed, which was actually cool because we were able to hook the camera up live and use it like sort of as a monitor, so the whole room and crew could see exactly what we were filming as we were filming it. And then the same with the clubhouse scene. In fact, it was an upstairs downstairs. So when you see them all at the bar towards the end, and I'm having the big blowout with the bearded dude, that's like the upstairs of the Airbnb. And then the club scene below, when they're voting in the new members, they're all sitting around the table. That's the same Airbnb on the lower level, like in the garage of the Airbnb. So yeah, you kind of make do with the locations that you have, but if you're very, very lucky, you can find something that's really going to allow you to hit multiple things at once. And like that Airbnb, like we made lunch on the stove that was part of like the Airbnb for the crew. You know what I mean? Like it's all, yeah.
Are you guys going to be reshooting those scenes at that same spot, or you have another spot, or
partially?
I just show up, man. I don't know.
The upstairs, like the bar area, we are using that again because that place is gorgeous. Like I just love the look of it. As for the actual, what they call the church area where they hold their meetings and stuff, we have another location that's being set up because we need, I think it's 3 full days shooting in it. So we need a location we can leave set up over a week because we can't film it all in one weekend.
That's fair enough.
I see.
Yep.
I see. That makes sense.
That Airbnb was really cool though. They had put chalkboard paint on all the walls because it's like a couples retreat. And so you could sign on any of the, if you had chalk, you would sign on any of the walls in any of the place that like JS and Rob Hart, 1984, like whatever you guys got, where you guys were there, the whole place was like that. So we all signed like the walls as we had filmed there and everything else. It was very, very cool.
I am trying to find.
But yeah, sometimes we're just on a street or in front of a shop or like whatever. And it's just like, well, I hope nobody walks by, or like you hear a dog barking or a plane goes overhead or a police siren or ambulance siren goes off. We got to scrap that one and go again. And yeah, so it is very much, it's not really closed sets per se. It's
So I gotta ask, is Richard gonna kick your ass?
Yes.
I kind of figured.
One of many people in this film that are going to kick my ass. Yeah, there's lots of scenes in this film where I'm just held by two dudes and a third dude beats the holy shit out of me. That I don't know why. I think this is kind of therapeutic for this guy after he and I working together all these years.
I
think he's working through some shit. You know what I mean? Like he's
what?
Yeah, yeah. Even there's two fights that I kind of win, but I still get my ass handed to me in both those fights. I just happen to kind of come out okay in the end, but that's before they start filming. Yeah. Oh yeah. So this was the bedroom at the Airbnb. So yeah. So what you're not seeing, obviously, in the shots, all the lights, the camera, the crew, that they're all in. Everybody's in the room, along with that big screen TV at the very end, and that's Kat and I. And then you can see the script book, what we call the shitty book, is sitting right there on the bed as well. And that's not necessarily the script. That's a sort of a shot by shot mock up of everything that we're going to shoot that particular day. Was that your idea, Rob, or did that come from Walt?
Both.
You,
I do my shot list a little different.
Okay.
Oh, can you hear me
you're
now?
good now. Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was a combination. I do my shot list a little different, and Walt showed me something that he did, and we kind of combined the two.
Yeah.
And came up with that.
Yes. Geoff gets beat up a lot. That is correct. And then our boy Steve here, who was giving me my flowers earlier, is like, I'm in if I can beat up Geoff. Yeah, get in line, dude.
100%.
We're going to shoot that. It'd be like an airplane where everybody gets in a line just to smack them around a little bit.
Shut up.
I
Don't
mean, people would pay to see that.
Dude, that's our fundraiser.
Why a shitty book? What does that even mean?
Oh no, that's because we're stupid. No, because we're stupid. It's a binder, and the binder is a bunch of poo emojis on it, so we called it the shitty book. Don't read anything into that. It's a visual thing. Rob's got enough to go get it now. So, yeah.
For those of you that hadn't noticed, all of the club, the MC vests are all sitting there.
Yeah, see, there's
the shitty book.
The shitty book. I see. That's hilarious. Yeah, all the vests, all the MC vests are all laid down on Rob's couch behind him.
And I'm wearing a DOA shirt too.
Yeah, can we actually see? Can we see one up close?
Yeah.
Can you show one?
Hey, can we mute his mic next time he's going to do that?
I mean, I feel like we saw. I feel like we saw it very quickly at one point during the episode, but
we did. When I go back home and before I talk to my mom, but there's one kind of laid out on the couch,
right?
And I kind of look at it.
Your dad's is laid out on the couch, exactly.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that's like you never really get it's very quick. But yeah, if you don't mind showing us.
So this is the one we're actually using this weekend for Harrison. It's got Demons of Ares on the front with the Disciple. This is our own version of. Do you ever watch Sons of Anarchy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is our own version of Men of Mayhem.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then on the back, Demons of Ares, Chatham, Ontario.
That's actually a pretty cool patch.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And I showed you earlier, but we made sure we had one for Geoff.
Oh, geez, love it, Pete.
Prospect.
Just to rub it in, right?
Yep.
Don't be giving away the ending.
Yeah, I was just thinking
you're already giving away way too much.
And this you didn't get to see. Josh didn't use it in a take we could use.
Gavel.
This is the gavel.
So for people that might not know, those are actually two actual pistons welded to a big ass wrench. That's a huge wrench.
Yep.
What size fucking wrench is that?
That is 1.25 inches.
Holy cow. And that's pretty damn cool, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Being a car guy, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that one I credit to Jason Gale, the guy that pushed me to write the script, because I said, "Hey, dude, I need a gavel." He goes, "I got this," and he handed me that after. It's like, yep.
So is Jason Gale Pop's name?
No, actually, Jason Gale was in there. He is the one guy that says, "Yeah, of course he'd be here. His dad just died."
Right.
That's Jason Gale.
But is Mick Gale named after Jason?
Oh no, Dad's name is Lowell in the script.
Lowell. Okay.
Lowell Gale. Yes.
Yeah. The last name obviously did come from Jason. That was my little homage to him because prompted me to do this, so I stuck him in there.
Yep. And now Jason's been on, like he was in that scene obviously, but Jason is on set for every minute of every shot. So he is there. The story idea is his initially, or at least the prompting to get this done. So he's very involved in the process for sure. And at the end of the day, you are going to, this isn't really a spoiler, you are going to see me riding a motorcycle later on in the film, and it will be Jason's actual motorcycle that I'm riding. In fact, he's going to have to teach me to ride it because I've never ridden a motorcycle before.
I was just going to say, is he like rich? Does he not care about his bike?
No. He said if I lay it down, it's okay. He just repainted. It's not a big deal. And it's a big touring bike with a big fat car tire on the back. He's like, you're going to have to actually work hard to lay this thing down if you would even try. So I think we'll be all right.
No Tiffany, no stunt doubles.
No stunt doubles. No, it's just
not in the budget.
Yeah, we have a budget, but it's not like
you see a guy running like looking like me, and and then it cuts back to Geoff.
Yeah,
and then Geoff gets off the bike.
Yeah. hey everybody, how you doing?
Andre is saying those vests kind of go hard. I mean, I agree. I really like the patch. That's pretty cool.
Before we get to, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it took a while to find all these vests. These are all Marketplace. Yeah. I searched Marketplace.
Are they
like
really?
A madman. Yeah. But yeah, they're all the leather, and
they look good.
Yeah.
Rob, can we talk a little bit about sort of where this is all going? We've touched on it here briefly. Obviously, it's going to be Bell. So the number one question I ask is anybody that's I've been talking to about this is the first question is, well, how do I see it? How do I watch it? Where can I view it? When is it coming out is the second question that I get a lot. So can you go over that a little bit? Where can it be watched? When can it be watched? What format is it going to be in? And will there be a season 2?
Yeah. Well, we won't find out about season 2 till after season 1 airs.
I know.
But I got ideas. But it will be on Bell 5. We have to deliver it to them by the end of January 2026. So we're going to be filming all summer and then editing in the fall. So come the end of January 2026, we should have a rough idea when it will actually air on Bell. And they will have it exclusively for 90 days on their platform. After that, we get it back. Like, you can still watch it there for up to 5 years. But then once we get it back, we are actually going to stitch it back together. We're actually shooting some other little scenes so we can restitch it back together as the feature film. And then we will be redistributing somewhere else as a feature film.
That is the end goal, right? Is to make this an actual film.
Correct. Yeah.
And if they're not a Bell customer, how then will they have an opportunity to see that?
That would probably happen once we get it back.
Right.
And we then put it out as a feature. Because I don't know where that's going to happen yet, because I can't even start talking until after it's aired on Bell.
Of course. And yeah, exactly. Shh. So you're actually giving.
I got you.
Yeah. You're actually, so you have to give Bell a finished, edited, polished music fully. Like, everything has to be like you're handing Bell 6 episodes of a finished television season, correct?
Exactly.
They're not doing anything with it other than airing it on their network.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That'll give me some people. But until January 2026, you won't know when in 2026 is going to air.
No, because I'm guessing we're going to get it in early. And so in January, we should have a rough idea.
Based on how well it's gone so far, Rob, I agree. We totally be getting it in early.
Totally. I'm guessing
we're not behind at all. We're totally on schedule. You're way ahead of schedule.
I'm guessing by January 28th. We'll have it.
Yeah. Of 2028? Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Actually, we're only missing 3 scenes, and they are external establishing shots that I'd hoped to film that day.
Right.
So they're not crucial because we have to go back to those locations to film anyway. So
there you go. Got to go back, guys. Got to go back anyway. It's fine. It's totally fine. Not panicking over here at all. Totally cool.
Walter's favorite line: "Fix it in post."
Yes, Walter, for those, we've mentioned Walter a few times. Walter Riggy is our DP. So he's our director of photography, and he's the guy behind the camera. In fact, it's his camera. This movie level or TV show level camera that we're going to be using is Walter. And he was a guy that, like, I hadn't worked with Walter before. Like, when we shot this pilot was the first time I'd worked with him, and he and I just clicked immediately. And he's of an age, and of a time. So it's one of those things where we have a very good sort of copacetic working relationship. Him and Rob tend to butt heads every now and then. You get your director photographer and your director a little bit. So they'll both kind of get different ideas to visualize the shot and what they're going for. Because Rob will have this in the scripted page, and then Walt well, this one doesn't really kind of flow into this shot. Like you need to have some sort of an establishing thing here. And sometimes Rob will be like, yeah, you're right, let's do that. And then sometimes Rob will be like, no, there's a reason behind this. Let's shoot it the way it is. And Rob's really good with that, even for stuff with dialogue and such. As we were shooting this past weekend, I got to work with a gentleman named Ed, who was fantastic to work with, by the way. He and I had a couple of long talky scenes together. And as we were cutting through the scenes, as I told you guys, like we do the 2-shot first and then the shots on either side. We're making sure we're getting through the initial dialogue in those initial shots. But after that, we're kind of tweaking the dialogue a little bit, sort of as we're shooting it, just stuff that would naturally feel right, ad-lib a little bit. And Rob's totally cool with that. Like, there's no, like, he's not Quentin Tarantino, like, read the fucking script. Like, don't go off. As long as it's working, right? And Rob's been really good about giving us notes on top of that. He hasn't had to give us a lot, but he has given us some notes throughout to be like, is this the behind the scenes thing?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
What that was?
Rob just shared it, so I put it up. This I'm assuming is that. It's gone now. I'm assuming it's that one scene with that gentleman Ed there. How much of, and maybe this is a silly question because
we've clearly lost him again. Hilarious.
When we film at work, a lot of it is like from scene to scene, the dialogue is never exactly the same, right? So the actors, they know their lines, but they come out as they come out, right? So if it's written one way, but the way that it comes out to them and feels natural to them is a different way, and well, that's how it comes out.
Right.
And over, I don't know, 10, 15 takes, it could be, everyone could be a little bit different. Actually, that's usually why we're doing multiple takes, right? Because it's okay. Can you actually like emphasize this word instead? And those type of things, right?
Of course.
Yep. How much is it like what you the lines that you're doing so far? How much is it you versus exactly what's on the page?
It's definitely I don't know. I can only tell you how I work. I want to make sure that at least the first couple of takes are exactly as it is on the page.
Mm-hmm.
So that if it comes down to it, when it comes to the edit, if that's what he wanted all along, that he's got that specific.
Got that right.
As we're doing the takes and as we're doing the dialogue on either person's shoulder, then I start not like rewriting and not tweaking, but like maybe I change one word, or maybe I add in a little blurb that's a carry piece between the first sentence and the second sentence, just to give it a little more of a natural feel or a conversational feel or whatever. Mm-hmm. That way, when he goes back, especially when the scenes are on the actor across from me and it's just over my shoulder, but they're still capturing my dialogue, then I can really sort of play, because then you're not seeing my lips and mouth. So now when it comes to the edit, he can have dialogue that I shot when it was my lips and mouth in that scene, but you're not seeing me specifically say it. So I want to make sure I'm giving him, I want to make sure I'm giving him as much as I can in what feels natural and feels right. And like I said, he was very, Rob is, you hear this all the time where a director will give you notes, and notes are literally like you've just shot the scene and the director comes in and says, I need this or I need that. And Rob doesn't give a ton of notes, but when he does, it's very good. The opening scene on that picnic table that we just had up there briefly, or no, maybe it was in the house. No, it was the scene in the house that we did this past weekend. We shot it the first time through on the 2-shot, and then Rob called cut. He just came over and he comes up to me. He goes, you're at like a 9. I need you at like a 5. He's like, I need you to take the intensity and the anger that you've got, and I need you to kind of internalize it. I still want it to come out in your eyes and in your face, but you need to be less like. I was like, okay, that's exactly the kind of note I needed for that particular scene. So, but he's not going to come up and be like, you said this wrong, and this has to be like. He's not that guy. Like I said, he's not Quentin Tarantino, right? He's more along the lines of like, we're going to do it so it feels good and it feels right to everybody. I'm talking you up while you're not here.
Apparently,
again.
You're not Quentin Tarantino, but
yeah,
I could still hear you. That was the weirdest thing.
Oh, good. Okay.
It's that whole upload thing. I can't share screens because then it freaks out because it starts to try and upload everything.
The wonderful Chatham internet.
Yeah. Yep.
Those monkeys.
You're not a script nut, so you're not like Tarantino where you're like, this is how I wrote it, so this is how you say it. You seem pretty good with a little bit of improvisation, as long as we're still getting across what you're trying to get across on the page.
Exactly. But I do know that's what messes Walter up.
Is that what his post was about?
That's what it was about. Because one of the scenes that we put together, he showed me a test cut, and I will pull back the curtain a little bit on what we watched. That 2-shot that Geoff talks about, it's in the clubhouse, in the bar scene where it's just Geoff and Josh staring at each other talking. I hate that. I didn't realize it until I'm watching it, but literally they look like two people standing on marks talking to each other. It doesn't look natural.
Right.
So when we put together this in the house scene at Mary Ellen's, the first, I think, 30 seconds is a 2-shot. And it's like, why is it not changing? And that's because when he went to go use 2 shots, Ed was standing over too far, or he was back at far, or he was saying something totally different at a wrong time. And you couldn't piece the pieces together. Like Tiffany said, I always thought there was multiple cameras. No, there's only one, and we just move it and redo it. So you got to try and make sure everything looks somewhat similar. Otherwise, the editor, Walt, freaks out.
Well, Tiffany, I suppose that depends on the production, right?
Yeah, this
big
one in
productions
particular
may have multiple cameras, but
only budget for one.
Yeah,
single camera. Yeah.
Honestly, about 80% of movies are shot single camera, unless you're doing something extravagant. Then they'll bring in multiple cameras to get multiple angles at the same time. But a lot of them don't use multiple cameras. That's only very much used during television, like during sitcoms. They'll have 3 cameras on the go.
Yeah.
And we're not doing anything extravagant other than beating the holy shit out of me every chance they get. And I don't think we need multiple cameras to see an old man get his ass kicked over and over again.
I mean,
as long as you slow it down a bit, we're gonna slow
yeah, there you go. There you go. Thanks, Rob. That's perfect.
Well, you could say, if we marketed it correctly, you could probably cut just the scenes where I get my ass kicked together, and we could probably sell it to the faithful.
Yeah.
Geoff get his ass kicked for 20 minutes. Here you go.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, Andrew says, will we get a walking away from explosion set? No, but we are thinking about using multiple cameras for the end when he drives off the cliff, because we want to make sure we catch the scared look on his face as he drives off that cliff.
This isn't Thelma and Louise, fucker. We're not driving off any cliffs.
Wait
a minute. Am I Thelma or am I Louise?
You're on a motorcycle. You're both.
If I'm not Louise, I'm going to be pissed.
What I was going to say earlier is, as long as we've got multiple cameras to see you get your ass kicked from multiple angles, that's good with me. Like, I don't care if there's a lot going on.
We're going to have T-shirts with me get my ass kicked on it. We're going to have posters of me get my ass
good
kicked
idea.
on. Whole new line of merch and Geoff getting his ass handed to him on a movie.
We've yet to put out your Captain Daddy merch. Coming to a Geeks and Company convention near you. There's a bunch. Listen, I've been working on a lot of merch designs. I'm telling you right now, once the new workshop is up and running, guys, I'm telling you right now, watch out. Watch out. I'm just also going to say our friend Benjamin Barry has done something a little bit nuts, and it's kind of reinvigorated me in wanting to do this again.
I'm sure it has.
I mean, if you
know, and you haven't even seen it. Like, you haven't physically seen it yet.
I haven't physically seen it. I've only seen
no,
pictures.
dude.
Don't. I've been talking
once
with
you
them all
do,
week on chat, dude. Don't.
Dude.
Yeah.
When you see it, you're done. You're done.
Dude, his helmet is mechanized. Okay, like it actually.
Did he make that helmet?
No, I think the helmet is the commercial piece of the helmet.
Yeah.
And by the way,
he made the suit. He bought the helmet.
We're talking about our friend Niagara Iron Man. His name is Ben. You've probably seen him as Iron Man, especially if you've been to Niagara. He's also been at Fan Expo and Toronto Comic Con and such. But the funny part here is he is up on. So he's got a Transformer. He's got a Bumblebee Transformers cosplay. He was wearing it at Niagara Falls Comic Con because they had the big Optimus Prime truck at Niagara Falls Comic Con. So he was able to be there. And the Camaro, so Bumblebee. But his Bumblebee is not the Camaro. He's doing the Volkswagen Bug.
Yeah.
But here's the funny part. He's up on stilts, and of course, he's got these huge robot hands and arms, so he can't put the helmet on and take it off on his own. So his wife, Megan, has a little 2-step stool that she has to unfold, put in front of him, climb up, and put the helmet on him and hit some buttons, and then get off it and then fold the stool up and get out of the way to take the picture. That poor girl, she was on the Stairmaster all weekend long when I saw her, because she was consistently having to get up and down on that poor man to put that helmet on and off him. So Yeah, but it was a fantastic. No, the cosplay is crazy good. Like it looks like he just walked off the set of the movie. Well, you know Ben, right? He doesn't go halfway on any of his cosplay
Yeah,
stuff. So.
and will you believe that whole suit, except for the helmet, right? The helmet is like a commercially bought helmet, but the whole suit is foam.
Yeah, you can tell once you get up close, you can tell it's foam.
In pictures, you can't.
Yeah,
in pictures,
you can't.
It looks
no, it's.
And let me tell you something. It makes me want to get that Megatron done so bad.
Yeah,
now having a proper sized workshop where I can actually build a 9-foot tall transformer has become a bit of a priority.
Because we don't have enough things on the go. God damn.
Yeah. That and Noah's been posting some pics of his rhino, which is also
I saw that too.
Doing a stilt thing with that?
Ginormous. I don't know if he's doing stilts, but it's going to be.
He's already.
Well, to be fair, Noah's like 6'5" or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't really yeah. I feel like we are getting a little bit off the beaten path here. Poor Rob saying, he's like, I don't know anything.
Bring it back around. Bring it back.
I'm curious, which rhino? Are we talking the Paul Giamatti rhino, or
I think? I think it is.
No, so he's doing it's an offbeat like comic book style. It's more of an armored style rhino like Paul Giamatti.
Yeah,
but the Paul Giamatti is more of a mech style rhino. His is not going to be a mech style rhino. His is going to be like an armored. It's him in an armored suit versus him driving.
Oh, gotcha.
A mechanized monster, right? That's going to be the difference, right?
Yeah.
More like Iron Man as opposed to Voltron.
The headpiece is reminiscent of the Giamatti one for sure. But I see what you're saying. The rest of it's not him riding in a mech. The rest of him, it's him just in armor. Yeah.
Just in
kind of like a mashup between the comic and the movie one.
Right. Yeah. But it's gonna be dope. Knowing Noah and seeing what he's
already. Oh yeah, no, for sure it'll be dope. Yep.
Yeah. We've been on for over an hour now. Mr. Robert, so anything else that we should know? Anything else that the people should know about A Long Ride Home, or maybe any other projects you might have on the go?
If they want, just keep an eye on the Facebook page, A Long Ride Home, because there are a couple scenes, one in July and I believe one in August, where we need a lot of extras, and we would love to have people down to do it.
Yeah, unfortunately, you do have to go to Chatham. I'm very sorry, but
me too.
Yep. So you got to come out to Chatham. So
if you guys weren't like 12 hours away,
Yeah. Always the excuses. Oh, we want to be part of it. Well, you got to come to Chatham. Suddenly, we don't want to be part of it.
The 21st, I'm busy that day.
To all of my London peeps, it's only an hour. So any of my London peeps, keep your eye out on the Facebook page. I meant to ask you this too, Rob, because I feel like we just kind of came up. I don't know if this is that. Do you know if that's what Bell's going to title it? Like, it's going to be called A Long Ride Home?
Yeah. To my knowledge, they have no interest in changing the name.
Good.
So,
yeah. There you go. Tiffany, I'm down to be an extra. I'm not that far. It's a very relaxing drive, says Megan. Well, you're in it, Megan. You can't be an extra. I mean, I guess you could be. Toxic Fox saying I'm in, but I need to carpool. I'm sure we can arrange that. So, yeah. Any of my London peeps, if you want to come out. Andrew Saxon saying maybe. Steph saying I'm up for a road trip. Look at that. See, you just had to come out here, Rob. We get you all kinds.
There we go.
All the
except for these two, it's too far. Except for those guys, we can't get them. But everybody else.
Only if we can do the Jay and Silent Bob thing.
You got to talk to that guy there. I'm just a talent, and I'm barely that. That's the guy you got to talk to.
I'll be Silent Bob.
I'll sweeten the pot a little bit too, because one scene is a funeral home scene because we're having a massive funeral for Nick's dad. The second scene is in the strip club. So you have your choice.
Can I hold on?
Funeral. I'm all
wait. I want to put the deal back on the record for a second. I want to make sure that I am crystal clear. So JS, you think between you and Rob, you're the quiet one. Do I have that right? Did you say you're Silent Bob? Between you two?
Me, Mr. Podcast?
Holy. Okay. All right. How fucking high are you right now? Are you kidding me?
I mean, I look more like Silent Bob than he does.
On hell, I'm so sorry, man. You are absolutely Jay all day long.
Listen, if there's one between me and him that's more Kevin Smith, I would say I'm anyway.
Yes, but in that particular role, you're Jay all day and he's Silent Bob. 100%.
100% Kevin Smith, Silent Bob.
Yeah, not so much. No. Spend 5 minutes with this man. Trust me. Silent, he is not. And that's coming from me.
Yeah, coming from the mouth.
Yes.
Robert,
Mick
thank you
the Mouth
so
Gale.
very much for letting us do this. Again, you know what? I'm going to tell the story now because I think I tried to say it last week, and I don't think I had a chance to say it. But, last year at London Comic Con, you guys did a screening of this in one of the screening rooms, and me and Rob didn't get to go and see it. Where everybody went and checked it out, we manned the booth and we stuck around while everybody was down there. Everybody, but we didn't get to see it. So we've been hearing about it for a year now, and everybody, so it was awesome to be able to see it. Congratulations for getting funding from Bell, because holy shit, that's in itself is amazing, and it's a huge thing, and hopefully you guys get to keep doing this and that this catches on and you get a second season, and who knows where this will go.
See,
this guy may get so big he'll have to leave the podcast because we'll just be chumps.
Shut up.
And he'll be like a superstar. We'll be asking for his autograph, and he'll be like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Away from me, plebs.
And that was literally it. We got the funding at the end of January, and I'm thinking we're 3 months from CKX. I don't need more on my plate, but I couldn't say no because you may not get another chance.
It is quite an opportunity. So yeah.
So never.
The pilot episode. By the way, someone's saying IMDb. Rob the bad guy. You can A Long Ride Home is on.
It is
IMDb currently. Yes, you can see the original poster idea, which I'm assuming will probably change. But
that's where I ripped the poster off from.
Yeah.
I was like, "Can I use this?" I said that to Geoff, and then I ended up re-editing the image for the
there you go.
Post, but,
I don't know if that's Darren or Jason, but just the Predator is barely visible, just momentarily. Bizarre Easter egg. There you go. Just have them in the back.
We're there.
Just at the funeral. Just walking by in the background.
We're there, but cloaked predators.
Yeah.
Well, Geoff actually doesn't know this part of it. He's coming down early Saturday. So is Harrison, one of our actors, and we're going to have them out taking pictures for posters. So.
Oh, there you go.
Surprise.
Is it union or no? It is not, Stephanie. That's a good question.
No, this is a non-union.
Yeah, the union is it's ACTRA here in Canada or whatever, and typically once you've joined the union, you can only work on union projects. And I have way too much fun working with independent filmmakers. I've worked with Robert. I've worked with several others that I don't know that I would ever want to get into a position that's what I would restrict myself to that style of. Now I know there are some union people that don't mind coming off and doing non-union projects, but whenever I've looked into it, the union itself is not 100% amazingly awesome with that. Sometimes they're like, no, that's why you're in the union. You're supposed to do union projects. But
and union's great if that's your full-time job and this is what you're doing. Like, go for it because it will help you get work. It's just like for the independent people like myself, like Geoff, we do it on the weekends or something like that. So,
and by the way, we also do it mostly on our dime and our time for the love of the game, right? So it's not like I said, this is the first time I'm going to get paid to act. So
okay, now I know who collaborated somebody is. God,
you need a tree in the background. Yeah,
Steve.
That is Steve. That's correct.
Yeah.
I wondered. He mentioned stilts earlier, and he goes, "I like the guy." It's like, oh, I wonder. But
that's Steve.
That's our boy Groot in London. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure there's a park somewhere where we can
just have them set up.
Tree.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, tons of them.
As we mentioned earlier, guys, for anybody that joined us late, I think we were at someone said we were minute maybe 22. We showed the thing. So if you got here late or you got here halfway through, you can go back and rewatch it from the beginning. Just go to the YouTube for this where you're watching it right now, and just go back to the beginning. You can watch we encourage you to watch the whole podcast, obviously, but you can see the entire episode there.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. If you guys didn't know, if you want to rewatch any of the episodes, you can always go back and rewatch them. When you go to the Geeks and Co YouTube channel, there's a live section. When you go into the live section, every single episode, as well as all of our lives at cons and events and all that, it's all on the YouTube channel in the live section. So go check it out. This episode will be there as well, where you can go right back to the beginning and watch it and follow along in the comments as well.
It's a little annoying that they're separate because you go onto a page and there's all these videos and you're thinking, okay, these are the videos for this channel. But if you got to go to a separate tab and you see the live stuff. Yeah, but it's all there.
Yeah, it's all in the live tab, and you're right. It is a little bit awkward. I've had some people in the past. Well, specifically, I remember my sister one time was like, "Hey, like I don't understand. Like I'm going to your YouTube channel and I can't find the podcast. So like just click on the live." She's like, "Oh, duh, there it is."
Now that we're speaking of it, by the way, Rob, JX3 Media is the production company that you guys own and run and are producing this particular piece of media. You guys have a YouTube channel, correct?
I believe we do. I think we do.
Oh well, already then. Swinging at this.
Holy!
We must, because that's
You trust me, you do. I apparently you don't. I don't know who administers it if it's not you, but
I'm concerned now too.
Holy God!
So Rob, what do you do exactly?
Yeah, exactly. This is guys? This is the guy that's in charge of our current production.
I take up oxygen. That's literally my job.
Clearly, you also have a podcast of your own. Do you want to tell the folks here? Yeah, a couple of them. You want to tell the folks here that are watching the podcast that you're involved with and you have?
Because that was one of the things I was going to mention. I do one called Bits Radio, which is for Blood in the Snow Film Festival in Toronto. And we present the interviews we did during the film festival in November throughout the year. And we do them as live videos. And Kelly, Michael Stewart, the gentleman that runs the festival, he's like, "How do I get them from live onto the main page?" And it's like, dude, you can't. It's like,
you gotta download them because once you're the admin of the channel, you can actually download those videos. So you gotta download them, and then you have to re-upload them as a video.
Yeah, I told him that. He didn't like that idea. He goes, "No, I just want to move it." It's like, no, you can't.
No, I wish. YouTube's weird like that, and the other thing that's weird about YouTube is and it's, I'm not gonna lie, we've been struggling in the growth of our channel for the last couple of years, to be honest, and apparently channels that mostly do lives, the algorithm doesn't really push that. It pushes people that have regular video uploads, right? So for a channel like ours that is mostly live videos, YouTube doesn't care about that side, right? That's not what they're about. So yeah, I can't imagine features like that are going to be coming anytime soon.
Yeah, I wish.
Be nice.
Thank you, everyone, by the way, that came up to watch the project today. You guys are awesome. Your feedback and all of your support is amazing. Hopefully this time next year, we'll have something else that we can talk to you about and bring you and maybe present to you in some way, shape, or form.
I think once we get it back from Bell, we should
That's
do
what I mean.
this with
That's
the
what I'm saying.
redone episodes so people can compare them.
That's
That'd
what I'm
be
saying.
cool.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That
You
way.
were subtly saying it. I'm just blatantly saying.
That's right. Yes.
There
exactly.
you go.
But I didn't want. I'm not the producer. I'm just a talent, and I'm barely
I'm
that.
gonna hold you to that, sir.
Yeah.
No. Well, this video is gonna stay live on YouTube, right? So
Yeah. Exactly.
I could just point you back to this and say, "Hey, remember when
Hey,
you said that?" Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
He's right, side by side.
Yeah. Time
That'd
to
be
start
funny,
doing TikTok
actually.
dances for views.
And
No.
actually, that'd be a fun thing to actually do. Like once you put, because I'm assuming, and I know now we're getting off on another subject after we were trying to turn it off here or finish it off. But when
Silent
Bob,
Bye.
yeah, when you are going to be redoing this first episode, how close is it going to match what we're seeing on screen now?
Dialogue about 90%.
Yeah.
The locations, I think all the locations are the same, except for the church area.
Right.
But other than that, they're all going to be the same. And the opening will be different because the opening will now be like a small scene and then a quick little 10-second long ride home and then back into the show.
Right.
I think we got a new intro there.
We got a new intro there. Yeah. Yeah, Silky's not on the. She's not.
Yeah,
watching
I haven't seen
live.
Silky. Yeah,
Where's
we
Silky?
have to
You
get
need
her.
her.
Get her to clip that for us for sure.
Yeah. Rob, thank you so much again, man. That was amazing. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks to Bell. You actually checked with Bell first and said, "Hey, like, is this cool that we actually do this?" Because they technically, I don't want to say they own the project, but they kind of do.
Technically, we still own it, but they have
Yeah.
exclusive rights to screen it for 90 days, and I don't know when that actually.
Right.
and I don't want to step on their toes.
No.
But
No.
the gentleman I was speaking with, Paul, he even agreed with me. He goes, we screen this, and as some people said, it's like, I want to see what happens next.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it does help the project.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Listen, congratulations again. Thank you so much. Again, thanks to Belle for letting us do this. This was amazing. Can't wait to see more. Any final remarks, gentlemen? Final thoughts?
Stay geeky.
Yeah, that's it. Wow. All right. Guys, there's going to be a lot going on with the Geek Show over the next little while. Specifically, next Monday, we are at the 2025 National Coca Conference. That's right. The Canadian Organization for Campus Activities, or it's a post-secondary student unions, are having a big giant conference next week in Mississauga. So Monday, we're going to be working with London Comic Con. And we're going to actually be featured at their show. So that's going to be fun. The Predators are going to be out. So come and check us out.
They need a drink. They could call it Coca-Cola.
I like the idea, buddy. I like the idea. I got a really good idea for a beer as well. You know?
Fuck that guy. Fuck that.
Oh, his internet's down again.
He's all done. He's all done now. Fuck that guy. That's fucking awful. Don't ever do that again. That's terrible.
All right,
Holy
you know what?
shit.
I think we're gonna cut it off here, guys. If you're still with us, make sure you click that like and subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing. If you click the notification bell, it'll always let you know anytime we do this type of nonsense. Rib shot.
Ba-dum, boom, ching.
Ba-dum.
Oh, hold on. Wait.
Aha!
Hey.
Oh,
Make sure you stay geeky, everybody. We'll see you next week.
2 minutes late, but whatever.
Shut up.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Geek Boutique Podcast. Like always, if you prefer to listen to us, you can find us on all major podcast platforms. Now, make sure you don't forget to click that like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell, to make sure you never miss an